Thank you to tune in to RONYTV podcast, local news and international news. Let's begin. U.S. military forces carried out precision airstrikes on 3 Iranian nuclear sites, Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan, in coordination with Israel. President Trump called the operation a spectacular military success, stating the facilities were completely and totally destroyed. These strikes mark the first direct U.S. military offensive in Iran in decades. The UN has voiced deep concern, warning that U.S. involvement risks intensifying regional instability. We continue. Iranian officials, including Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, have disapproved U.S. action as dangerously provocative and indicated readiness for retaliation. Mr. Araghchi stated also that Iran's military responses have been legitimate self-defense against Israeli aggression, and that if Israeli attacks stop, Iran's retaliation will cease too. At the same time, Tehran remains open to diplomacy. It has no desire for nuclear weapons and would continue engagement once the attacks end. President Trump has deployed around 4,000 California National Guard troops and mobilizing 600 active duty Marines to LA to protect federal facilities. A downtown curfew, initially 8 p.m. to 6 a.m., was recently lifted by Mayor Bass. While property damage occurred during the protest, Mayor Bass emphasized the curfew helped stabilize the situation and remains ready to reinstate it if necessary. Tactical units, including LAPD, sheriff deputies, and marshals, responded with tear gas, flashbangs, and rubber bullets. Over 300 arrests have been reported, with more than 12 protesters and 5 journalists injured. We continue. California Governor Gavin Newsom is suing President Trump over the federal deployment of the National Guard. A ruling from the Ninth Circuit Court has temporarily allowed continued federal control, and meanwhile, the LA Press Club has filed suit against the city and LAPD, alleging the excessive force especially on journalists whom they violated constitutional rights. CBS News is facing backlash on social media after they posted allegedly an advertisement for No King's Day protest merchandise to X social media platform, with users slamming the outlet for pushing the anti-Trump goods. Some investigators are still examining possible motives for the killing of a Minnesota state lawmaker and her husband, and the shooting of another legislator and his wife. In a press conference, acting U.S. Attorney Joseph H. Thompson described the rampage as a rare political assassination. Much of the public discourse has focused on whether the suspect, Vance Luther Bolter, is from the political right or the political left. But people close to Bolter have said he did not discuss politics. Instead, some scholars who focus on the far right and anti-abortion violence say it may be more insightful to examine Bolter's religious background and views on abortion. Among the evidence that investigators are examining are notebooks belonging to Bolter containing detailed notes on dozens of other presumed targets that included Democratic public officials and abortion rights supporters. Scholars say it is reasonable to consider the rampage in Minnesota within the well-established pattern of anti-abortion violence that has taken place over many decades in the U.S. and its ties to conservative evangelical Christian movements. More news. Mahmoud Khalil was released from federal custody more than 3 months after immigration agents arrested and detained him as the first student targeted for deportation by President Trump's crackdown on pro-Palestinian protesters. The decision was a victory for Khalil, who is the last non-citizen student still in federal custody among several that the Trump administration is known to have arrested over their campus activism. Khalil is a legal permanent resident married to a U.S. citizen. Their first child was born in April while Khalil was detained. We continue. Lee Jae-myung, the centrist candidate from the Democratic Party, has won the country's first election since the impeachment chaos. Just after midnight local time, Kim Moon-so of the People Power Party conceded defeat and offered his congratulations to opponent Lee in a short speech. Millions voted in a snap election triggered by former President Yoon Suk-yeol's impeachment in connection to his failed martial law bid. In Lee's election victory speech, He pledged to reboot South Korea's economy and make peace within the North. We continue President Trump's senior White House advisor Kari Lake cutting funding for Voice of America, which has broadcast news coverage and cultural programs to people living under repressive regimes since World War II. Lake already had fired more than 500 contractors at Voice of America, many of whom are citizens of other countries, and brought journalistic and language skills to their roles at VOA. Lake has been seeking to hold back payments designated by Congress to the other government-funded international networks, which are private nonprofits. Those include Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, Radio Free Asia, and the Middle East Broadcasting Networks. R. Kelly, who is currently serving a 30-year prison sentence in North Carolina, suffered a prescription drug overdose. The infirmary staff administered the medication compared to his normal doses of anti-anxiety and sleep medication, leading to his hospitalization. The singer's lawyer alleges that this is a conspiracy against R. Kelly, who filed an emergency motion for temporary release. He cited an alleged assassination attempt as part of a plot involving 3 Bureau of Prisons officials. In other news, Senator Catherine Blakespear stepped into an ongoing dispute between cities and counties over their roles in solving the state's homelessness crisis. Senator Blakespear Bill 16 mandates that counties cover at least 50% of the operational costs for interim housing and shelter facilities managed by cities. This legislation aims to clarify the division of responsibilities and ensure that both city and county governments contribute equitably to homelessness solutions. The bill was developed in collaboration with San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan. The Bill 16 was facing opposition from the California State Association of Counties, CSAC, which argued that the bill would grant cities undue control over county budgets. The revised version removes the financial mandate on counties, focusing instead on defining governmental responsibilities and ensuring reliable funding mechanisms to support homelessness initiatives. Following these changes, California State Association of Counties, CSAC, withdrew its opposition to the bill. The dispute between cities and counties over homelessness has been intense in San Diego, with Mayor Todd Gloria during his State of the City speech, encouraging residents to blame the county when they see someone on the street suffering from severe mental illness or addiction. We continue with sport news. Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Indiana Pacers in a 2025 NBA Finals Game 7, winning 103-91 at the Paycom Center. It's the Thunder's first NBA championship since 1979. Key contributors included Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. That's it for today. Don 604 editorial will be next. Stay tuned to Padnet TV.
Thank you, people, to tune in to RONYTV podcast. I'm your host, Don 604. Again, we're gonna have a wonderful show, and let's go right away to applause Padnet TV. Padnet the hub. So if you want to be involved in broadcasting, if you want to be involved in producing, if you want to be involved in podcast, TV show, you gotta call them. You gotta be there. You gotta be a member. Also, they locate in 117 West Victoria in Long Beach. And if you want to be like me, you be on Spectrum 32. Frontier 41. Go ahead. Stop. Why are you stopping yourself? Stop being your procrastination. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Be there, and let's applaud also all the executive, all the people in charge of Padnet TV, Mr. Mike, Kyle, and I forgot other people, but they're doing a wonderful, wonderful job. They helping, if you don't know nothing about broadcasting, it's the place to go. But you need to practice, practice, and practice, and practice. Make a better person, a better show. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we're gonna come back with some news. My editorial. You know what I'm saying? It's wartime. It's the wartime. There's rumors of war also. Stay tuned, people. Thank you again to tune in to RONYTV podcast. Yes, from the get-go, we, they're saying United States won't be involved with the fight with Israel and Iran. So, yes, so a big brother involved. And they say they bombard some nuclear facility. You know how the big man talk. He's talking like it was, completely. Completely. I don't know what was complete, but the war was complete. That's what I'm saying. So, that's the update. They're saying. But apparently, what he's saying, he destroy all the facility, and he's saying if you don't stop building those nuclear, facility or nuclear, energy, they're gonna bombard you. The one thing I do not understand. Okay, so it seems like, hold on. Yeah, what I do not understand, it's if let's see, just a pure example, because the bottom line, I want to say, if I have a gun, let's see, put it pure, NRA, let's see, I said everybody have a gun, so. Let me ask, how many countries have a nuclear factory power plant? They're saying it's around 32 countries. So Europe, Asia, Africa, South Africa, they have only one. And they say Asia, it's China, India, Japan, South Korea, Pakistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Bangladesh, UAE, Brazil, Argentina, Middle East, Israel. So it's like 32. And they say they have at least 9 countries who have weapon, military grade. So first United States, second Russia, third China, France, United Kingdom, India, Pakistan, North Korea, Israel. So, yeah. So they're saying 32 countries operate nuclear power plants. Over 50 countries have nuclear research reactor. And only 9 countries have nuclear weapons. So those 9 countries, you already knows: United States, Russia, China, France, United Kingdom, and India, Pakistan, North Korea, and Israel. I'm just saying, if you have a gun and you said you want to kill me, I'm gonna buy a gun too. So I do not understand the fiction of like, hey, I want you guys, Iran, to cut your factory, to cut your military factory to produce, nuclear, power plants for military use. I don't know why they want to stop that, but maybe they should stop all those 9 countries. They should say France stop, United Kingdom stop building nuclear weapon. Pakistan also, North Korea also. They should say stop that. I do not understand. So yes, all the newspaper stating we at war with Iran. But the last update I received, they saying there is a ceasefire. like a tiny ceasefire. So most likely they stop poking the bear. Everybody stop, everybody are grown people, so they stop fighting to each other. So that's good. It's a little ceasefire, and hopefully it's gonna last. Cause I don't think war. We already learned from war. All the ancient war, the first war, the second war. Now we want to be in the third war, you know, world war. So war, it's not good. War, we have better stuff to deal with, especially we have other problem to solve. We have tariff, we have immigration, we have a lot of stuff to resolve. Yeah, so we have to make peace, and I'm not. I have to give credit to the man. Sometimes he's scary, sometimes he's upfront, and sometimes he's. You want to punch him, he's gonna punch you back too before you get punched. So they're saying they want to give them 2 weeks to be okay. So most likely they attacked before United States attacked before the attack Iran before. So that was good. That was good in a sense, because if you are enemy and you're trading like you're gonna use that. The only thing I thought the leader, supreme leader, Ayatollah Khomeini. He's talking like, oh, it's gonna be big repercussion. It's gonna be big if and he doesn't do nothing. I thought they were superpower. I thought they were superpower. So there's always like bluffing. I don't want to say Iranian people bluffing, but come on, that's what only you have. So I'm not trying to say put a good fight, but if the big man talking to you, hold on, was just saying, if you bluffing, don't try to impress people. You're trying to impress, saying people, oh, I'm bad. The real bad boy is U.S. evade. So if you can't back up your word, do not contest. Do not contest anything. Stay quiet. And if the man told you stop doing that, maybe something we don't know. I'm pretty sure intelligence told him something. That's what I want to say. So hopefully there will be peace, and there's a Iran, Israel, there's a ceasefire. Hopefully, shout out to the big man. Shout out to the big man. You know what I'm saying? Who initiate that? That's what he's saying. So also there's a NATO summit in The Hague. Hopefully I pronounced that. So there's a NATO summit, and also they said it was going to be the war, and also the oil price will slightly thinking is going to be going up, but the oil went down. They dropped the oil. So that's what it is. And also in North America, my Canadian fellas, they're saying they find around 150, 161 brick of suspected cocaine, value at 23 million by Canadian border. So they say a truck crossing into the United States. So that's what they find out. So they said in British Columbia, toxic drug overdose have climbed in April after they hit 160 fatality for the month. So yeah, that's what it is. So stop. That's what we need to do. The war on drugs. So I have really a short time, people. Because if you notice the news, we have more news than the editorial. So my team say they I don't need to talk, I don't need to opinionate my ideas like that, let people catch up on the news. uh, I have a team. I can't be a dictator, you know what I'm saying? So I have a team and I will listen to the team. In the meantime, I would like you to, you know, listen more, So, yes, this thing and the local news, they mentioned they had a lot of raid in Santa Ana. Uh, there was a peaceful anti-ICE demonstration, and also they have a lot of rubber bullet and water cannon use. So they're saying the resident and activists are questioning police tactic, while council member also voiced frustration. So yeah, so Santana is a sanctuary city and is trying to voice, the concern, voice for their immigrant people. You know what I'm saying? So apparently, the big man saying we can't deport all the people. So he's trying to, relax on people. Hotel. He's gonna have an executive order, I'm sure, pretty soon. Uh, Construction worker, farm worker, so it's really good. He's starting to get on the good side. Hopefully he's gonna be friendly with Elon Musk, because according to the third is still going on. I'm sure the media pushing that put more fire into their friendship, but so he's doing good. He's doing good. So that's what that's what's good. Let's take a quick break and come back after these messages. Okay, so most likely, local news. They said, I believe they said they arrested a 46-year-old from Vegas in Anaheim for human trafficking charge. And they say also there was a shooting outside 99 Bottle and Cocktail, Cattell Avenue, and they want the public to help to solve that homicide, that crime. They say Anaheim also finalized the budget, $8 million and more, and for July 2025 and June 2026. So that's ensure continuity for funding for the city service and improvement project. We already know in LA. Hold on, let me go ahead and take a quick break again. Yeah, Los Angeles, they have large scale anti-ICE protests since June, and they result in deployment, like over 4,000 National Guard and around 500 Marine, maybe 700 Marine. That's what they say. They had a curfew, but now there's no curfew anymore, and this is what it is. So apparently, the Los Angeles Press Club sue LAPD and the city for First and 14th Amendment violation during a protest. So they said there's 50 incident allegedly misconduct against journalists, against us. So also they said they're missing a hiker. Authority have searched for a 60-year-old Monica Riza. Wow, you 60 and you go hike? Damn, find a boyfriend. I don't know. I'm sorry for that, but it's so sad. You're 60 years old and you go hiking by yourself. I got to investigate in that news. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. At 60 years old, I don't think you should go hiking. Walk in the neighborhood. Walk 10 times in the neighborhood. Do the circle. I can't. Please, 60 years old. LA Dodger, the Dodger, like, we got to salute them. LA Dodgers and ICE. So, Dodgers deny ICE entry at a recent game So the fan protest and the team pledged 1 million to support immigrant family. LA Dodgers. I think I'm a Yankee fan, but I think I'm gonna go with LA Dodgers. This is good what they did. You know what I'm saying? So according again, there's also a hotel wage dispute. They say a new ordinance raising hotel minimum wage to $30. Damn, $30 by 2028 has triggered backlash from LA hotelier, threatening delay and legal challenge. $30. I think it's a big tourist place, LA. So I think you should give that the $30. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, people. So it's almost done. I'm done. That's what I say. I'm done. And sorry if it's a short editorial, but there's a ceasefire, and hopefully it's gonna last. We should not do war. We should help each other. And if you're small, don't open your mouth. Shut your mouth if you have nothing to say, and listen to people who could help you also. There's no point to make a big, maybe he's got a bigger brother, because according to other people, what they say, why United States don't talk like that to Putin and to China. They went to bombard the nuclear facility in Iran. They don't do that and they don't do with the war in Ukraine, and they don't do that with China. So I guess, I don't know if they're looking for small people, too small country to beat up.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Food can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.